Alright, we're back. Now, I figured seeing as I was out, I'll bring out the shirt and chain that I wore in my first video. And it's also my profile picture. So, wind back the clock, 6 months. Anyways, I won't keep you waiting. You read the title of the video. Now, as young men on self-improvement, we are always working to level up and improve every aspect of our life. Now, while this is all good, there comes a time where the people around you are no longer beneficial. In fact, they may even be harming your development. And there comes a time where you may tolerate it for a bit because they've been your friends for a while, but there comes a time where you understand that they are significantly holding you back, and you need to kind of break free from them in order to keep developing yourself. And from what I've seen, I was having a bit of a read through Hamza's free, what is it called? Adonis Gang, his free school community. And there's a lot of people who understand that they've got friends that are holding them back, but don't quite know how to go about cutting them off, because you don't want to just tell them that, oh, you're holding me back, and so I don't want to be friends anymore, because that's just going to piss them off. And very quickly word gets around that you kind of get this, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess self-centered perception going around, that you're better than everyone, and that shit is really, really difficult to kind of manage. And oh shit, sorry, work today. What was I? Fuck. Right. Getting this notion about you that people don't actually want to be friends with you, and it's become out of your power, is not really ideal. You want to kind of be, even amongst people that you don't actively want to be friends with, still have that positive opinion. There's obviously some people that just don't like you for whatever reason, but that's their problem. That's not something you can really control. But, when it is something you can control, you want it to be kind of, what's the word? You want to be wary of how you play your cards, in the sense that burning bridges, especially when you don't have to, is almost always the wrong idea, the wrong move. Because you just never know. You never know when that person may come back to, you may need something from them or whatever. Odds are you aren't, but you never know when that you might need them, or it'd be convenient to not have burned that bridge. And so I figured that I'd kind of explain how I've found best to maintain the peace, because that's what I've been really focusing on in terms of my interactions and whatnot, is keeping the peace, avoiding arguments and pissing people off when necessary, when I can. Sometimes you can't, it is what it is. But generally, I'm just trying to keep the peace. And in doing so, I actually kind of found out how to separate yourself, because the term cut off is already kind of taking the wrong mindset to it. Does that make sense? Because cut off is basically just another way of saying burning the bridge. So I've kind of shifted my mindset to, now I've titled it cut off because that's kind of what people used to, they used to say end friendships or whatnot. But it's really just separating yourself from them and kind of just going separate ways. Now, believe it or not, the best way to, cut them off is to just not say anything and just let your development and their lack of development naturally separate you. And why this works so well is normally people don't take kindly to you not wanting to be friends with them, because it feels like, regardless of what the situation is, it feels like that they did something wrong, and that's going to either make them upset or annoyed or whatever. And I feel like there's just really no good way about going about it. So I figured, there were some people, I'll say loose ends, but people that from school, mainly from high school, that I didn't really I knew weren't either my type of person or, not who I wanted to be around. And I kind of just, didn't even, unadd them or unfollow them from socials, nothing. Just I focused on what I wanted to focus on and spoke to the people who I wanted to speak to, and just gradually over time, you just go separate ways, because obviously we know with friendships and relationships, it goes both ways. And when one party stops, watering the plant, generally, the plant's going to start dying because there's not enough water. And especially if that person is a low quality person, or, is not the person you want to be around, generally they're not going to actually try and, address things or whatever. Now, sometimes they are maybe maybe beneficial to you, but your personalities just don't mix or whatever. And again, it's just easier, instead of actually trying to hit it head on, just let it happen naturally, if that makes sense. Kind of just, it's just let the wind take you whichever direction you're meant to go. Now, if, you do stay in touch and things keep going, then you can kind of understand that maybe that person does see value in you, and it might be worth addressing whatever issue you have with them. Now, there are obviously, you can't be too picky in the sense that if you just go saying, oh, I don't like the way you eat your food, you chew too loudly, so I'm not going to speak to you again, type shit. Like, don't be a dickhead about it. You don't need to be a dickhead. Just, use some common sense. And if they're actually, I wouldn't say harming, but like slowing you down or preventing you from achieving whatever. I'm talking mainly like, that group of mates that you used to sit around and play video games and eat shit with, And as you are trying to replace them with high quality men like myself and you, and just gradually just ease away. And this can be difficult because loneliness is scary for a lot of people. But I did a video a while ago. I might do it. I might re-upload it and make some changes to it. But about, you know, how to deal with that loneliness and how to, you know, learn to love your own company. I think that's what the title of the video was. Learn to love being alone. And it's that way you aren't going around desperate for attention or whatever, and you just, you know, keep your standards high and let the right people and the right, I'll call them brothers, because they're really the type of men we're trying to get. You know, brothers, people you'd fight for, you know, people you'd kill for, that kind of thing. People you can trust with the world. And yeah, normally people just kind of attack this whole bad influence thing head on and just start going, you know, chop and ending all these friendships and, you know, like blocking them on everything and whatever, and they'll be like, what the fuck? I've definitely done that before, and it's not good. It doesn't work. It's always going to end badly. So if you do, you know, have a friend or some friends that you don't want to spend as much time with or whatever, just try not, you know, putting in less effort, in terms that, you know, put that effort you would into those shitty friendships into something that you value, and just see how naturally you just drift. It's quite powerful, honestly, and it's kind of cool, you know, impressive to watch it happen. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. If you like my content, you can jump on a call with me, you know, so it's super cheap at the moment, and yeah, if that's something you're interested in, top link in the description. Now, if you're still here at the end of the video, I love you, and remember, life is what you make it.